Hi everybody. So I am back with a tutorial on my gussets for my flipbooks. I had shared a video which I will link to this video where I think I created 1/4 inch gussets, but now that I've been making chunkier flipbooks, I've had several questions as to scoring because it's different than the previous video. So I'm going to go ahead, instead of writing it in the comments, I'm going to show you guys so that you get a good understanding and it's clear, so that you don't get discouraged or upset or looking, you don't know where to look for something you might want to see visually. So and I'm totally happy to do it, because I'd rather watch it myself than someone just write it back in a comment to me too. So I'm totally happy to share it. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm going to be creating a flipbook, I chose my papers. These are the Tales of You and Me, the 12 by 12 collection kit. I had bought this when it was introduced, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Hobby Lobby might be carrying the newer paper lines from Prima, so you might want to check that. So anyway, what I do is, and I'm going to show you quickly here, if you want, I will write all this information as well in the description box, so you can follow along, and then the link to the other video so you can see that video as well. You're going to start off with 1 sheet of 12 by 12 paper. I was also asked about cardstock versus what I use, and I'll explain that when I get to it. So I did the first one. So I cut that piece of paper in half, 6 by 12. You get 2 6 by 12s. So then what you're going to do is you're going to score it at 5 3/4 and 6 1/4. So if you have a scoring board, you're going to put your piece of paper in. Okay, so my first score mark is going to be at 5 3/4, and you lay it on the 12-inch side. So 5 3/4. And then 6 1/4. So from the 5 3/4, I just slide my paper over to the 6 1/4. Okay, and then I score again. Now, what you're left with is 2 score marks. See? Okay, so you're going to fold that. Turn it around, fold it again, and now you have a 1/2 inch gusset. Okay. Now, okay. So if you can see that, it might be easier to see it like that. It's a 1/2 inch now. Okay, so let me just put that aside for a second. So now what I'm left with is, I'm just making sure the paper inside is right side up. Okay, normally now what I do is I glue either the inside like this, or I take this piece that's going to be my right flip and I glue it on the outside. You don't want to go over the score lines, but you want to pretty much go as close to the score line as possible without going over, because when you fold it like this, if you're over the score line, it's going to buckle. So anyway, let's pretend that it's glued down, right? Now you have pages. Because you scored your pages, you now have pages that are 5 5/8 by 6, give or take like a 1/16 of an inch, depending on how you cut it, because when I was measuring it, it was a slightly different. So for my mats, they're going to be 5 1/2 by 5 3/4. This is why I don't use cardstock. If I'm using designer paper, it's going to get stronger with every mat that I put down. If I even put a shaker, I like to put layers, so that strengthens the base of my flip book. So you see, this gives me enough room, there's the fold mark, to have a matted layer all the way around. If you want the matting to be smaller, that's your preference, you can do it. But I made it like this with about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch around. And then I like my paper, the base paper, to be the same, but that's, you know, that's my neurotic issue, I guess. So what you're left with in the spine is you can do what I like to do, which is put washi tape, or you can cut a thin mat to make it more stable of another piece of this designer cardstock of your choice. So once those mats are down, you're going to have something that looks like this. And that's already made it stronger than what it was when you first started. So then once you start putting little embellishments, little goodie packets, little pockets, it gets even stronger. So I don't rely on cardstock, because sometimes cardstock cracks too. So this is the way that I put together my flip books for stability and again, what the measurements are. So I hope that that clarifies any confusion. Again, I will link the video where I make gussets, but I believe those are 1/4 inch gussets. And then this one will give you a much chunkier flip book. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I can, you know, I love talking to you guys and helping you out wherever I can. So I will talk to you soon. Have a great day, and see you in my next video. Bye.